Hello everyone and welcome to another YouTube video. In this video I'll be demonstrating how to connect your Python to Visual Studio Code, do some testing, write some code and debug a little bit. So before you start the video, what you need to do is download the Python file application and also the Visual Studio Code. I'll leave the links to the download in the description of this video in case you haven't downloaded it yet. So what you'll need to do first is check the version of Python we're running. In order to do that, we need to hit the start button, CMD, which is short for command prompt, and what we'll type in here is simply Python space -- version, and this should give us the version of Python we're running. And what we also need to do is check the pip version. So we'll just type in pip -version, enter, and then we should get the pip version as well. So now what we want to do is create a folder in our desktop which will talk to Visual Studio Code. I will create mine on the desktop. You can create yours wherever you want. So I will do cd into the desktop, and now I'm at the desktop, and then I will make directory and I'll call mine test. You can call it whatever you want. Hit enter. You should be able to then see your folder on your desktop or wherever you've created it. Now that everything is done so far and everything is working out just fine, what we'll do is we'll launch Visual Studio Code through command prompt. So we'll type in code, then space full stop, and hit the enter button. And what will happen is Visual Studio Code will then launch, and your file will be on the left side. As you see here, we've got the test folder. So this is basically the getting started page where you've got the walkthroughs, the getting started with VS Code, learning the fundamentals, etc. But there's something super important which we need to do straight before we do anything else, and that is going into extensions and then typing in the search marketplace Python and hitting enter. And what you'll see here is a bunch of different extensions for Python. I have this one installed from Microsoft. It has over 50 million downloads. It does the job. It works perfectly. You guys can go ahead and read the details, the features and contributions, changelogs, extension packs, etc. And on the left side here, you've got a few other options to choose from. As you can see, Python for VS Code has over 3.9 million downloads, and Python extension pack also has 2.7, and all the rest have their downloads. However, obviously it's the more popular the extension is, the higher up the list it goes. But yeah, for the purpose of this video, we'll just use Python made from Microsoft. It does the job. It's perfect. It's all you need. So yeah, so I assume you'll be downloading this. You got the install button right here, and once that's done, please close Visual Studio Code, maybe restart your computer, and then launch Visual Studio Code again. And once you launch it, go back into the Explorer. And I'll just close that off now. And in your Explorer, you've got your desktop, and under your desktop, you've got your test folder, which we've just created. And what you need to do is click this arrow button down, and then hit this button over here, which will create a new file. And we need to name this file. I'm going to call mine infra. You can call yours whatever you like, but what's important is at the end of the name, you type in .py. And what this does is it launches a Python file. So this is where we then write our code. But right before we do that, right before we write any code, what I'd like to do is show you around the terminal. The terminal is a more beefier, more pumped up, more on steroids version than the command prompt, where you can do a lot of things on here. For example, you can open as many PowerShell terminals as you like. If you've got a few projects going on at the same time and you're working on a few things simultaneously, you can then use a few different versions of PowerShell. You can even have it side by side, where you have two PowerShells or two shells going at the same time, one on the left and one on the right side. And you can also delete them from here, right, by clicking that. And let's say you write some code. Obviously, this will show me an error, but for the purpose of the video, you do some code, and then you hit this X button, and you would assume, oh my God, I've just lost my code. I've been working on it for so long. Not to worry. Just hit the view button, and then go into terminal, and you'll be right back where you started. So that's just a short introduction into a terminal. It's an amazing tool. I absolutely love it. It's perfect. So yeah, let's get back into the code. What we'll do here is we'll just write a very simple code, which is msg, that's all bracket, msg space equals open bracket apostrophe hello world, my name is Fartek. Enter, print, open brackets, msg, close brackets. So yeah, so that's just the basic code at the moment. There's two ways where you could execute this code. The first way is actually just right clicking your code and then choosing this option, run Python file in terminal. And once you hit that, you will see PowerShell then changes into Python, and the terminal is kind of changing into the Python platform. And you can see right here is where our code is then released. So hello world, my name is Fartek. That's exactly what I wrote up here. So that's one way of doing it. The other way of doing it, and it's the way that I prefer, it's much more intuitive, way better, and way more inclusive. What you do is in the terminal, you simply type Python space, and then you do a full stop backslash, and then you write a T. T stands for the first initial or the first letter of the folder you created. So for me, it's test. And what I will do is I'll hit the tab button. And once I hit the tab button, it's then saying, okay, test. And then I'll hit tab again. And it will show me what's inside my test folder. And inside my test folder is my infra.py. And the content inside the infra.py is this code right here. And I will be executing this code through this line. And I'll hit enter. And there we go. My code is just straight away executed. Hello world, my name is Fartek. So that's pretty much the basics of creating code and kind of executing it, etc. What we'll do as well now is add problems. So we'll create breaking points, which are on the left side of the numbers where you see these red dots. So I will create a problem at line 2. And you can see that red dot now. And then I'll go into run and debug. I'll hit run and debug one more time, and then choose this option here, Python file debug the currently active Python file. We'll click that, and what will happen is Python debugger, as you see here, will start running, and it will show us a problem, and the problem should be on line 2. So just it's doing its thing. There we go. And as you can see, there's a problem created here where the red is then outerlined with a yellow circle. And this is basically saying, okay, you've got a problem there. And towards the left side, we can check the variables. We can check them locally. We can check the special variables, and you've got your bulletins and all the other information and whatnot. You've got your MSG and you've got your global variables as well. What's super cool to watch is, let me just remove this expression, this watch setup here. So if you hit the plus sign, and if you have a look at your code and you say, right, you know what, I actually want to watch the message, I want to see what happens there. So you type in MSG and you hit enter, and it will show you, okay, so this variable is hello world, my name is Fartek, and every time you run the debugger, what it will do is it will watch for this code specifically if anything happens, if any errors occur, etc. And just below that, you've got your call stacks and then your breakpoints, and your breakpoints are typically, you can see that with infra.py in our main Explorer file, we've got a breakpoint issue, which we have assigned personally on the second line with the print MSG. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for the debugger. And you got options on the top right hand side. You've got your continue option, so it would just skip the print. Not actually skip, but it would just continue regardless of if there's an error or not. You've got the one where you step over, which is kind of a skip, and then you got the step into, and then step out, restart, and quit or cancel, so to say. But what we will do is we will create a instance no. So we'll go into settings, and then we've already got that one, and then we get our launch.json file. So if we go back into our Explorer again, you will see under desktop we've got a VS Code folder, and inside that VS Code folder we've got our launch.json file, and then we've got our test and infra.py. So this is just basically a kind of like an overall view of the entire setup that we have here. So let's move back into the infra.py file, and let's then remove or we can actually, for the purpose of this video, let's do another test where you can see Python is now Python debugger is running again, and it should stop at that same spot again. It has, so it stopped at 0.2 again. Yeah, so let's just cancel that, and let's remove this point break, and let's launch this code. So yeah, I will do it my way actually. So I'll do Python // test infra, enter. Hello, my name is Fartek, and that's worked again. So yeah, that was just pretty much a super quick video introducing you guys to Python and the combination with Visual Studio Code. I use this for my DevOps operations or for infrastructure work as well, and I absolutely love it, and this is my kind of day-to-day work. Yeah, let me know if you guys like the video. Please subscribe, give this a massive thumbs up, and add a comment down below what you think of this video, and any information or any questions that you have, please add into the comment section, and I'll have a look at them and respond to your issues or questions. Thank you very much for the video, and take care.